While a lot of businesses claim the customer is the boss, at cooperatives, it's literally true.
A cooperative is a business that's owned by those who use it and controlled, so the decisions are made by those who use it, and it's primarily meant to benefit those who use it. So the members who are coming in to sell grain or to buy inputs have a voting stake in the company and benefit from it by sharing of profits.
Anyone can become a voting member of a co-op as long as he or she has production at risk.
Most co-ops are open membership in the state of Iowa, so the grain and farm supply cooperatives will allow anyone to be a member as long as they have production at risk. And what that essentially means is if you are a producer who's raising livestock and you would buy feed from the co-op, or you're producing grain and you need to purchase inputs or sell grain, as long as you have production at risk, you can be a member of the cooperative.
Producers are free to end their membership in a co-op at any time, and the co-op has the right to decide who can and who cannot be members.
It's not a requirement to use the co-op if you are a member. Cooperatives have the right to decide who is going to be a member. The laws say they can't discriminate on the protected classes like age and race and religious preferences. But if someone is not doing business with the co-op for a number of years, the co-op can decide, we don't want you to be a member anymore. And the reason that's important is if someone is not using the cooperative, there's a question about whether you would want them to have a say in the voting, to be able to vote for a board of directors and vote on big issues like mergers or acquisitions or demutualizations. So you don't have to use the co-op if you're a member. We do have producers who are members of several co-ops, and that's also not uncommon. You can have a member who's a very good member and buys inputs from one co-op, sells grain to another. That's also common. The members have ultimate control through the co-op through their membership share. When they become a member of a cooperative, and I'm speaking specifically with grain and farm supply agricultural cooperatives, they become a member, they have that voting share. That voting share allows them to elect the board of directors. So ultimate control of the cooperative lies in the hands of the voting members. They give that control to the board of directors by voting on a board of directors. So that board of directors is really the voice for the membership. The board of directors then hires a general manager, hires a CEO. So that CEO works for the board members who work for the membership.
Voting members are the foundation of every co-op. Cooperatives are the most democratic form of corporation thanks to the concept known as one member, one vote.
One member, one vote means that members of an agricultural cooperative have an equal say. And that's important to prevent situations where you have control in the hands of a very few. And when you have control in the hands of very few, what that essentially means is they begin operating the business for themselves rather for the entire membership. So a co-op is intended to benefit all members, and one way they achieve that is by allowing all members to have an equal say.
While members govern the co-op with their votes, their responsibilities go well beyond the ballot box.
Members ultimately own the co-op, so their responsibility is to be informed about it. Their responsibility is to vote and make sure that the board of directors is representative of the membership. Their responsibility is to use it, because without using the co-op, there's no way for that co-op to be financially sustainable if members are not using the co-op. And they have a responsibility to capitalize it in the sense that they are using the co-op, it's profitable, and those profits are retained at the co-op for a certain period of time. So because ultimate control of the co-op lies with the membership, ultimate responsibility for the success of that co-op very much lies with the membership and their use of it.
Elections to the board of directors usually take place annually. Every voting member is eligible to serve on the board, which has its own set of responsibilities.
The responsibility a board member has is to represent the membership and oversee the business. When we talk about board member responsibilities, we're primarily talking strategic responsibilities, so maintain a vision for the cooperative, ensure that that vision is carried out and implemented by the CEO. The board members' responsibilities are those in a fiduciary nature, so they are overseeing the financial interests of the members, they're making sure that the co-op is operating in a legal way, those very big picture type responsibilities. When we talk about the roles and responsibilities of someone who uses the cooperative, an agricultural producer, we tend to use 4 terms pretty interchangeably. As a customer means I'm transacting, I'm buying and selling through the co-op. A patron means I'm getting the patronage back. Through my use of the co-op in a year, I get allocated a part of the profits or part of the savings. The owner part means that I have an equity stake. My transaction is to provide equity, provide that capital to the co-op, and sometimes I do that passively and sometimes it's actively through my membership share. The member role is the voting role. It's the responsibility to elect the board of directors to be involved in the co-op. So in summary, most customers that employees are going to interact with at the co-op are all 4 of those. They're customers, patrons, owners, and members.